I have already made a video about this topic, but I feel like it's just such a good topic that it deserves to be talked about once again. And that is that most people need better friends. I think that nowadays in this modern society, a friend is someone who you hang out with, who you talk to regularly, and who's similar to you. And those things are included in something that is called a friend. But I feel like people just don't have enough values that they center their life around. I feel like once there's a difference between two people, they just cannot be friends anymore. I mean, look at some female friendships. One disagreement can ruin their whole friendship. Meanwhile, men call each other slurs and say the most disgusting wild shit ever, and they act like nothing happened. Look, I'm sure there's nuance. I'm just generalizing, but I hope you get what you mean. I digress. Um, I don't have many friends. As of today, July 18th, 2026, I have what? Let's say one, two, let's say three. I won't count four anymore. It's been a while. Um, four, let's say five, six. Okay. Now, six friends might be way more than what most of you have. Now, let's give them some context. Friend number six is the newest one. I found them through TikTok. And since then, we've been talking very consistently. And I'm sure it's going to slow down eventually, but like, I have enough confidence in them staying my friend for years is because we are completely honest and we don't get offended over stuff that we say and that we say to each other. That means there is a big sense of honesty and a big sense of respect for each other to the point where if there's a serious topic, we're gonna be serious. We're gonna and we're not gonna BS. Obviously, I'm not gonna give you any more details about them, as it is my private life after all. But that's one friend. Friend number five and four are I have known them for about almost 2 years now, actually, which is crazy. And I've been talking to them. I have talked to them more consistently in before. Right now, only sometimes, but similar values are between us once again. We respect each other, we understand our thought processes, we are honest, and we are just not bullshitting. We are open to any kind of topic, any kind of problem, any kind of discussion, and things like that. That is why, if we have made it through almost 2 years, and both of these friends are also I have met online, then there's no reason why that shit's just gonna end eventually. Side note, I think my laptop's camera is bugging. I don't know how it looks on the video, but I think this camera is so bad right now that it just loses color. Like my shirt is dark blue, and on the screen I also see dark blue right now. But ev- every now and then it's gonna loses the color completely. I don't know what's going on. Friend number three. This one I have really started to. Yeah, this one I have become friends with about last year in spring, and we're still friends. Now, surprise, surprise, we still have the same values. Now, though our centered common topics and common interests are different between each friend, the same values are still there: respect, honesty, support, and so on. Friend number one and two I have known since middle school. Same exact thing. And between all of these six friends, which by the way I have had multiple more, but life happens. All these six friends share similar standards that I have for myself and for my friends. Therefore, that is why there's so much success in here. Sometimes you're gonna meet someone and they might seem to share the standards that no, you might meet someone who matches the standards that you are looking for and that you have for yourself, first of all, but also for them. But eventually, things might happen and they might start acting strange and so on, and whatever happens, it doesn't really matter. But all these six friends of mine are built almost the exact same way, almost on the exact same things. And if you look at most people these days, standards non-existent, values non-existent. So how do people expect to make friends and stay friends? Mind you, I don't hang out with any of them. Like after high school ended, I have met with one of them once, maybe. I don't even remember. It maybe was even a bit earlier. I don't know. I don't even hang out with them. I talk to most of them sometimes. But we know we are friends because of what we did in the past and how it all started. That context, it does matter. You shouldn't forget how friendships start, because eventually, if one friendship starts to fail, if you remember the context of how things started, that might give you a clue on why it's failing. Since none of my friendships right now are failing, well, I know all the context and I know why it's all succeeding. Friends are allowed to talk shit, jokingly, which you should find out about that very early on to avoid confusion and I'm offended, how can you say something like that. And two, they can talk shit by being honest. Maybe they're just calling you out on your bullshit. Maybe you just saying nonsense. Maybe you are doing nonsense with your life, and they see that and they call you out. They're not being a bad friend by criticizing you. They're being a good friend by calling you out on things that you cannot see. And if your friends do that, congrats, you might have a real one. If not, if you remember many times in your life where you have acted a certain way, or you've been doing like certain things that is not completely in private, and you know that they see, but they never said anything. Look, I don't know the context. I don't know you. I don't know your friend. I don't know your life. But that might be something you should consider. Might be something you might have to think about because maybe they don't have your back as much as you would like them to. In conclusion, most people need better friends, and one of these people might just be you. So, uh, good luck with that.